Hello, my quilting friends. My name is Leah Day, and welcome back to Mini Block Monday. Today we are piecing this super complex Patriot star, and this includes a miniature pinwheel in the center, which we turn into a square in a square, and 4 at a time flying geese. This is going to be a lot of different units to learn how to piece, and we're going to have so much fun making it together. For this block, you will need, in a white fabric color, cut 4 1 3/4 inch squares and cut 1 1.5 by 3 inch rectangle. In a blue fabric color, cut 1 3-inch square, 1 1.5 by 3 inch rectangle, and cut 4 1 1/4 inch squares. In a red fabric color, cut 2 1 3/4 inch squares. Let's first create 4 half square triangles using the white and blue rectangles. This is a 4 at a time half square triangle method. The first step is to measure over on the rectangle 1.5 inches and mark a straight line. So this line is right through the middle of the rectangle. Then I'm going to angle my ruler and I'm going to mark from the corner to that midpoint mark, just like so. And then do the same thing over here, corner to midpoint. Now I'm going to take these fabrics, placing them right sides together. We're going to take it to the machine and stitch 1/4 inch from the diagonal lines. So I'll first stitch like that, then I'll stitch to the outer side, stitching always 1/4 inch away from the marked diagonal lines. And here's what it looks like once you get that stitching done. Now I'm going to cut it apart and you'll be able to see I created 4 half square triangles. First, carefully cut along that midpoint line, then cut along the diagonal lines. Now take all of these half square triangles, open them up, finger press that seam allowance nice and flat, then hit it with a hot, dry iron to flatten the units completely. Once you have all 4 units nice and flat with the seam allowances pressed open, trim all of them down to measure 1 inch square. And if you'd like a much more detailed tutorial on how to do that trimming step, please check out leahday.com/HST. Now these half square triangles are so tiny, you might want to trim down your seam allowance at this stage. So I just take a pair of scissors and I just trim off about 1/8 of an inch from the seam allowance on each piece. And this is just going to reduce bulk because these piece down to only being about 1/2 of an inch square, and that is really tiny, and you get a lot of bulk from that extra fabric on the back of these units. So take a little extra time and this will make your mini block set nice and flat whenever it's finished. So now we're going to arrange these half square triangles to create a pinwheel block. This is a little tiny mini pinwheel, and this is the way I arranged mine, starting with the white, then going to blue, and then going all the way around. And it's real easy to make a mistake like this, so step back, take a picture of it, whatever you need to do in order to make sure that you have it going white, blue, all the way around. Now you're going to piece this together in sets of 2, and then piece those rows together, joining that middle seam. And here's what it looks like when you create your mini pinwheel block. This is the center of our Patriot star, and this should measure exactly 1.5 inches square. So now we're going to take our miniature pinwheel and we're going to turn this into a square in a square using our red squares. So first thing you want to do is take the 2 red squares and slice them in half diagonally to create a total of 4 triangles. So there we go. Now you're going to take your miniature pinwheel and you're going to piece the triangles to both sides. So the best way to do this is to fold the triangle in half along that long edge and just crease that with your fingers. And I'm wearing gloves, guys, because my hands are not pretty. I've been working remodel, and so that's why I'm wearing gloves in these videos. Sorry about that. All right, so I creased that firmly. You can see that little crease mark. I'm going to line that up with that center seam line on my pinwheel block. So I'm going to line that up over there, pin it if you need to, do the same thing with this other triangle. We're going to stitch this on both sides, and here's what it's going to look like. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have these little flags extending beyond the edge of the pinwheel. So go on ahead and trim those off, just like so. And then once you get that stitched, you're going to piece the remaining 2 triangles to the remaining 2 edges the exact same way. And here is our square in a square block with our miniature pinwheel in the middle. Now take this to your cutting mat and you're going to square it up. It's about 1/8 of an inch big on all sides, and you're going to square this up to measure exactly 2 inches square. Now this Patriot Star is one of our most complex mini blocks, and I want to teach you guys a brand new unit, and that is 4 at a time flying geese. We're going to make 4 flying geese all at once. So we're going to take our 1 3/4 inch white squares and our 3-inch blue square, and we're going to use these and turn this into 4 miniature flying geese. It's going to be super cool. First step is to mark a diagonal line on all of the white squares. And if you're using fabric that has a right and wrong side, something different than this, then just mark the wrong side of the fabric, please. So once you get all of your squares marked, you're going to place 2 of them over the larger blue square, just like so, lining up the squares with one corner and then the opposite corner, that diagonal line lining up perfectly through the center. Now you're going to take this to your machine. You're going to stitch 1/4 inch to one side of the line, then 1/4 inch to the other side of the line. And here's what it looks like once you get that first step stitched. Just 2 lines running together the exact same way that we make half square triangles too. Same principle. Now we're going to trim this apart, cutting right on that diagonal line. And this is where things look a little bit weird. It doesn't look like we're really creating a normal flying geese unit. It looks kind of like a strange heart shape, but stick with me, it really does work, and it's an awesome unit to learn how to do. And you'll want to take this to a hot, dry iron, give it a good press, but I always take the time to finger press first. And as you can see, this is a little bit on the fiddly side, especially when you're wearing gloves. It's a little bit on the fiddly side simply because this is the bias, and just because of the 2 squares with the larger square. So it's a little bit more wiggly wobbly. You don't want to try and dig the seam allowance open with the tip of your iron. You want to at least get it somewhat open and flat with your fingertips before you take it to your iron and press. So there we go. Those units are nice and flat, pressed open. You might also want to trim up the seam allowance again on this side, especially where it overlaps a little bit. That can get just a little bit bulky. So sometimes I'll just take and trim out that side with the smaller squares and just trim off about 1/8 of an inch of that seam allowance at this point. So just trim that down just like so. So now for the next step to turn these into flying geese, I'm going to take my remaining squares, line them up with that blue corner that's still remaining, just like so. And I'm lining it up so that the diagonal line is coming out from that corner. You know you've got it wrong if it's like that. That's not the right way. There we go. All right, so yet again, we're going to follow that same pattern. Stitch 1/4 inch to both sides of the line on both units. And here's what it looks like when you get that stitched. Very, very simple piecing. And now I'm going to cut these apart, and it's going to be so cool because you can see we now have 4 flying geese. Just pull that down, press that seam allowance open. There's a flying geese. There is one too. Trim these apart, and you'll see I have 2 more flying geese from this set of units as well. So very, very simple piecing. It's a method that allows you to create 4 at a time, but just like all of the other units that I create, these are not the right size whenever you finish piecing them. You have to trim them down to measure the exact correct size. So let me get these pressed nice and flat, and I'll talk you through how to trim up your 4 at a time flying geese. The first side you want to trim up on these style of flying geese is this center inner point. And the reason you want to trim this up is because it should be coming out almost exactly correct. And you'll only be trimming off the slightest amount, that little bit of a triangle flap, and then basically a schniblet, you know, like a line or two of threads here along this edge. But when I'm lining this up, I'm being very careful. I'm lining up a 1/4 inch mark from the point of the flying geese. I'm also lining up points over here on the edges of those diagonal lines. This is basically going to be the finished cut size of my flying geese unit. 1 1/4 should be lining up here and here. And that looks pretty good. You might be wondering why my ruler is upside down. It's because it reduces glare whenever I'm doing this on video, so that's why it's upside down. Now I'm going to take the unit, rotate it all the way around, and I know my finished cut width of my flying geese unit is 1 1/4. So I'm lining that up over here, making sure that's nice and straight. If you want to, you can pull this down and get that diagonal line involved. That can be helpful, but you can see you'll end up not having that ruler extend beyond the edge of the piece, and I don't like that. So I will usually bump it up like this. And here you can see I've got that nice 1/4 inch mark. I got a straight line running through my flying geese. I can line up the 1 and the 3 inch marks here on my diagonal line, and that looks a lot better. There we go. Press firmly and trim across. Okay, so you can see you have a lot more to trim on that back side, very little to trim on the inner side. That's why we start with the inner side, then trim the outer side. And then now we can trim up the 2 short sides. So here again, I'm lining up a line through the middle of the flying geese. And over here, I'm lining up, this is a 2 inch wide flying geese, so I'm taking and making sure that over here I'm right on the diagonal, over here on the 2 inch mark, I'm right on the diagonal too. I'm also making sure that generally I'm straight and square, meaning that the 2 edges that I've already cut are lined up with straight lines on my ruler, and that means I'm not doing something like that. So we want to keep it straight and square. With this method of trimming, you trim 2 sides, then you rotate and you trim the 2 remaining sides. That looks good. And as you can see from the 2 sides, you have quite a bit to trim too, a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. This last side's always the easiest because all you should have to do is just line up bottom edge, side edge, and trim that to measure exactly 1 1/4 by 2 inches. That is how you make your flying geese for this block. So this is how you're going to arrange your Patriot star. Piece this together into rows, then piece the rows together, carefully matching these seams. And here's what it looks like when you finish your star. This will measure 3.5 inches square right now, and when you piece it to other things, it will measure 3 inches square. So that's it for this tutorial. If you'd like to find more Mini Block Monday videos, click here to find a playlist of them all. And if you'd like more tips on quilt piecing, click here to find a video with my 5 main tips for piecing successfully. And if you'd like to learn even more, I have written a book about piecing. This is How to Piece Perfect Quilts. You can find it on my website at leahday.com/piece. Until next time, let's go quilt.